forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack making backflip. Telly Hank did with the action. With the vital speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews, how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby May. Just caught a touchdown from the bay.
The last played with him, R.I.P. to him, R.I.P. to Classik, and you was on some, yo, that's tough, as if he killed Classik, or if he had something to do with Classik getting murdered. I wasn't jacking that.
The Jumbotron at sporting events is more than just a screen for halftime shows and timeouts. It's a reflection of connection and emotion. It captures moments that resonate beyond the game, from a couple's love story to the night's biggest plays. It turns regular nights into unforgettable memories, where anniversaries are celebrated in front of thousands and first dates become stories for the ages, and fans see themselves as part of the action. But the Jumbotron doesn't always spotlight joy. Sometimes it shifts the focus to something else, just like those immortalized wedding proposals, moments that would change people's lives forever. And during a Charlotte Bobcats game against the New Orleans Hornets on October 29, 2010, at the Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Jumbotron highlighted a cheering couple and the moments of pure fandom. But in the background, a man would unknowingly walk into the frame, catching the attention of someone in the crowd, and his face will become the key to solving the murder case of a Brooklyn legend.
No Drano. Shout out to my car dealer. You know my coming this hot now, baby. The new came home and no, I ain't even doing big B's no more. I'm doing big horses. Okay. You know that is. I ain't talking about polo tees. I'm about to play with something stupid, special, motivated me and all that. Word. I'm motivated now. Word. The flying spur before a lot of rappers had it. Ask niggas about young Classik. That camera's still rolling? It's still rolling. Okay. You know, presently in the back blocks with the homies. It's kind of dead out here right now, you know what I'm saying? Young Classik in the building, doing what he do. Had to check on the hood, you know what I'm saying? Who is this, man? That's little bro. I know who it is. You know what I'm saying? Presently, we out here. You see me? I don't think you can see me. Yeah, man, we out here doing what we do. Back up a little bit, man. You a little too close to me. Strap? Nah, we gotta do that over. Take two. Shout out to Twin, man.
Just left Summer Jam, tore it down.
Shout out to the world.
Drink Cristal, my nigga, but had it, so we said,
taking Jewels out tonight. Bottom on me. Let's get it. We go swag, big man. We at the party tonight.
Julius cheesecake. Some of the best cheesecake in the world.
Let me ask you something.
Look.
Yo, why they trying to say you dismayed?
Hey, yo. I ain't even want to talk about this no more. This don't got nothing to do with the apes. Boy, you know what it's about.
Hey, but look, that video and that, what happened in that video and that call? Tell him.
He make good music. He not in the streets, bro. Ugly God is not in the streets, bro. Ugly God do not carry a gun. He's not in the streets. He has licensed security. Ugly God is a good guy. I love his music. It turns me up in the club. But I'm not gonna play with Ugly God. Ever. At all. If it's him or me, I'm taking him down. I'm busting his mouth out. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yo, you know my body. You know it gets spooky.
Yeah.
You know my body.
I don't want that. Like, I don't want that.
It gets spooky. I'm just shout out to Ugly God, but just know you make good music, but you ain't outside, Ugly God.
That's what I'm saying. Like you see what I'm trying to say. Long story short, coming here playing with you instead of me. That's my point exactly right there.
But they better play with you instead of me because I'm the one that giving you the gun. So they better play with you. Don't play with me. That played with me would have been 28 today. Shout out to him. R.I.P. Classik.
Yo, that's tough.
R.I.P. Classik.
No, that's tough.
R.I.P. Classik.
That's tough.
R.I.P. him.
That's tough. That's tough.
R.I.P. him. Shout out to him. I don't give a fuck. I'm wilding out. R.I.P. Classik.
That's tough.
R.I.P. Classik.
That's tough. I'm gonna keep it.
R.I.P. Classik.
The last play with him would have been 28.
R.I.P. Classik. You know my body. R.I.P. Classik. That's a Brooklyn legend. I ain't gonna lie. He a Brooklyn legend.
That's tough.
R.I.P. Classik. You know my body. I'm off this. Love you like cook food.
And I made it a name. It's fit.
So you had a run-in with the other Casanova at some point, and what was that like? Was there tension between you guys?
Me and him had a run-in because there was rumors floating around about him telling on a case that my man Classik caught before he got murdered. My man Classik had got locked up for a gun. Then it turned into a robbery of them basically trying to say that he had something to do with his robbing as well Casanova 2 times. Them robbing his crib back in the days or whatever. They was trying to say my man Classik was connected to it. So when he got arrested for a gun, they wound up taking his clothes and all that, saying that he had something to do with this kid's apartment getting robbed. Then me and Classik baby mother try to bail him out. They rearrest him for murder. So it was like a lot of going on with that, and this kid name kept coming up. So I bumped into him one time downtown Brooklyn, and I pulled up on him, backed him down. He started copping a plea. You know, this always jumping around and all this monkey. Yo, I don't got nothing to do with that. Yo, you could, next time Classik call you, tell him ain't nobody going to court. And then that was that. Classik wound up beating the case. He came home, and then that was that.
What situation?
The situation with me and Caswell, because just now you was making it seem like you didn't know who I was. You like who's
not
you?
I really don't know you like that. I mean, I heard you saying like you was a real Casanova, but I don't really. I mean, that don't got nothing to do with me, nigga. Y'all grown men.
All right, say no more. That's all I wanted to hear.
Y'all grown men. I mean, no like more. On my behalf, I'm from somewhere different. Like I'm outside for real. I mean, be outside, but I live in home. I'm from home.
Right. I was under the impression that you was riding with him, and now I'm saying you was with boy.
No, I Cass, like I definitely Cass. Like when I'm outside, I go with, but that don't got nothing to do with me. You know, my is riding out for me. I don't know word. Are you coming up here talking to me like you trying to press me or something?
Yeah, I'm coming up here like because I want to know what's up.
What are you talking to me for though? Like what that got to do with me?
People was telling me to come holler at you. You got this. You let every night throwing subliminals and all that. Every night he's up here. Every other night he's up here talking about this and the soft is all this and that. The other night I'm in LA. I told you we could get up and get it on. I ain't hear him go up there and try to figure out no location or put something together to shake it out.
I ain't hear about that either. But it's always two sides of the story.
I thought you was in the loop, man.
It's always two sides of the story. I know. I'm. You coming up here moving like you trying to press me. I don't know.
What's up? Why you not in the bed, man? What you walking around for? You alright? You fixing your hood? You good?
Yeah, I'm chilling, nigga.
Nah, I never seen you standing up, walking around. You look, what I'm saying? Don't panic. Ain't that the slogan?
Nah. Like on the serious tip. Besides like panicking or nothing. If I panic, know about it.
Alright.
Know about it. I'm gonna keep it 100. Know about it. If I panic, I know about it. Nah. Or just to sound like not trying to be funny or nothing. The last I panicked on, it was some in here just now trying to almost made me talk about that situation. I ain't even want to talk about it.
What situation?
What I get into like know me for playing ball and doing other shit. It was a whole nother situation. Some Harlem coming on the block, doing too much. I'm losing my money, and I panicked. So ask what happened when I panicked. That was a whole Harlem situation. So that GQ, that shit over there.
Oh, all right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Keep checking, you are?
Huh?
I'm just checking.
All right. You cool, man, but keep that over there, cause I don't want to have to panic on you.
Yeah. I don't want to have to turn it up on you neither. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like this everybody cool and shit, but it could really get hurt.
Yeah, could. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Could really get hurt. Like real friends or die behind too.
So I'm all in. I'm all in. Know that. So I'm all in. I'm locked in with this. You heard? Alright?
Yeah.
I just like to pull up on. I like to check temperatures. You heard? I just like to check temperature. You said that's in Brooklyn. You out of it. Know what I'm saying? Alright, that's that. We gonna leave it at that. Ain't nothing else.
I'm from Harlem, man. My tote guns.
You from Harlem. Perfect. I'ma holler.
Alright.
Some of y'all are probably asking yourselves, well, when did the call go left?
Yeah, what up, son?
I'm scared to add you to the line.
Why they say you scared? Why you scared?
Man.
What's good?
I'm chilling, man.
Huh?
I'm chilling.
Hey, yo, first and foremost, I gotta say one thing before we start this, you heard?
What?
My alright? I gotta say it first, because if I don't say it first, and then you say it, it's too late, you heard?
Nah, what you had to say though?
I seen you on the other day talking to Caswell, and you was jacking that the last play with him, R.I.P. to him, R.I.P. to Classik, and you was on some, yo, that's tough, as if he killed Classik, or if he had something to do with Classik getting murdered. I wasn't jacking that. You know that he didn't have nothing to do with Classik getting murdered, or Classik getting killed.
Who is that? I'm from Harlem. I don't know about Brooklyn, bro.
You don't, so you telling me you never heard of Classik, and you don't know how Classik got killed?
I don't know her. All jokes aside, I don't know that. Like, not to disrespect your mans or nothing, but I don't know. I never heard of that.
You never heard of Classik?
Nah, I'm from Harlem. You ever seen me in Brooklyn?
I see you with Caswell. I see you with Caswell all the time.
Who's that? Who's Caswell?
Caswell. Yeah, man.
Who is Caswell?
The master monkey, Caswell.
So you coming up here being funny, bro? Who is Caswell?
I'm coming up here being funny. That's what I know him about.
Oh, you talking about Caswell?
That's what I know him about.
Caswell.
I'm in here. I'm in the bed. These days, everybody hearing my talking about going to CC show. I'm here. What's up? Talk to me.
Man, I'm here, man. I'm from Harlem.
Yeah, I be seeing.
I don't really know. I don't really know too much. I don't really know too much about Brooklyn. I never knew about Cass being Caswell. I don't really know too much about that. I know I'm from Harlem, and I know about my block, and I know about who I chill with. Who I chill with is like that. From my block is like that.
So what that mean?
So that Brooklyn, I don't really know what y'all got going on. That don't got nothing to do with me.
Oh, so you don't got nothing to do with nothing?
No, that situation don't got nothing to do with me.
So this situation do?
All right, so let me explain that murder that GQ Casanova mentioned that young Classik was connected to. On May 30th, back in 2004, Gene Hop, a 57-year-old Cambodian immigrant and a father of 4, had been walking down a Brooklyn street allegedly carrying over $1,000 in cash to buy a computer for his son. Hop and his family lived in the same neighborhood as Corey Young Classik Scott, his alleged killer, according to the New York Daily News. Now, that day, Hop was ambushed in an alley where he was beaten, robbed, and left clinging for life. Days later, he would succumb to his injuries, leaving his family devastated. Corey Scott would later be arrested for the crime, where prosecutors would allege that he carried out the fatal robbery, even attempting to bribe witnesses using money he had stolen from the deceased immigrant. Now, despite those serious charges, just as GQ Casanova would state in his No Jumper interview, he would be acquitted. But while he would avoid a murder conviction, both the New York Daily News and the New York Post would report that he had served time, though the details remained kind of unclear. The Daily News would state that he served about 3 years for some conviction, while the Post seemed like they claimed it was only 1 year, with neither publication certain whether the sentence was tied to the 2004 murder case or a completely separate robbery charge. But in 2007, 3 years after the Hop murder, Corey Young Classik Scott would narrowly escape his own death after a nightclub brawl on West 28th Street in Manhattan. Now, during this fight, he would allegedly be stabbed multiple times in the chest while also being struck in the head with a bottle. This incident was said to leave him severely injured, but he would survive. And a year later, in 2008, I saw where it was referenced that he was connected to another robbery case where he would end up serving another year in prison. Fast forward 1 year later to 2009, and I'm not sure if he had been going by the name before, but at this time, he would fully rebrand himself, going under the name Young Classik, while launching a movement that he would call Boss Status, with his first YouTube video appearing online about May 16th, 2009. The videos would showcase a lifestyle of luxury cars, designer clothes, and wads of cash. Now, this was about 15 years ago, so this was before PPP, EDD, unemployment, COVID loans, or any of these kind of common scams or schemes we have grown to know today. Now, besides all of the flash in the videos, which seem like the main element, the videos would also hint to Young Classik's connection to NYC's notorious Brim Blood set, with several alleged members almost always appearing alongside of him, with them mostly painting a picture of power and influence, with Young Classik aligning himself with semi-famous but still street figures like Paul Kane, the brother of Brooklyn rapper Fabulous, and former So Icy artist who is now serving time, Frenchie, as well as Joel Santana and his Skull Gang movement. Now, fast forward 1 year later, and just 3 years after that near-fatal nightclub stabbing, and only blocks away from where it occurred, Young Classik's life would come to a violent end when on October 23rd, 2010, at the Good Stuff Diner on West 14th Street in Chelsea, Young Classik and several associates are seen confronting another group seated in the back booth of the diner. Now, surveillance footage was said to capture an intense exchange of words that would quickly escalate in violence when one of the men young Classik was confronting would pull a gun, firing 5 shots, with 3 shots hitting young Classik in the back and the 2 hitting him in the head, killing him instantly. According to the New York Post, his body would be sprawled across the diner floor as horrified patrons would flee the scene. After police would arrive, they would discover a cell phone that had inadvertently been left on the scene, providing them a crucial lead. And that crucial lead would add a plot twist, with police identifying a guy by the name of Earl Barranco as the shooter. And he wasn't a rival to Classik at all. He was a former associate. And ironically, he would appear alongside Classik in that first YouTube video back in May of 2009, titled Hood, Rich, and Classik. And the man who once stood beside him in an attempt to build an empire was now the one responsible for ending his life. Hood Rich would end up on the run, but his race wouldn't last that long and would end in dramatic fashion just 1 week later, on October 29th, 2010, after he would be spotted on the Jumbotron during a Charlotte Bobcats game at Time Warner Cable Arena. Now, according to the Daily News, he would be recognized by an acquaintance due to his distinctive diamond-encrusted money bag pendant. Hood Rich's whereabouts were reported to the authorities, and after reviewing the footage, police would confirm his identity, and just days later, they would end up arresting him on November 6, 2010, ironically, during another Charlotte Bobcats game. He would be extradited back to New York, where he would claim self-defense, saying that young Classik had initiated the confrontation by pulling the gun on him. But prosecutors will argue that the shooting was deliberate, supported by surveillance footage and eyewitness testimony. And when the motive of the murder was determined to be over a monetary dispute, it was both shocking, seeming how close they was getting money, but it was also predictable. Now, y'all make sure y'all hit the red bell and subscribe button right under this video so y'all know when this real trill spill shit is dropping. Y'all get in the comment box below. Y'all let me know what cities we need to go to, what stories we need to tell, what we missed, what we got wrong, all of that. Y'all definitely make sure y'all tapping with me directly on Instagram, Twitter, POP_A_LOT. And until our next jug, y'all know how we rocking. Shades Popalot. Salute the almighty MOBB.